And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. Always a busy day. And of course, this week, probably more busier than ever as we enter the month of May coming up here. KKTC, True Country 99.9. And of course, our friends out there too at hightidecountry.net. Always a busy week with, I believe, 8, 9 shows, something like that this week. Always busy. And of course, new artists to spotlight over the next few days on KKTC and always powered by the sportsguys podcast.com. Don't forget CMA Fest coming up here in a few weeks at in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. We'll be there June 6th to June 9th, doing a lot of coverage out there for the Fanfare X and, of course, the Ascent Amphitheater. A lot of great interviews coming up. But my featured artist of the day today on Monday, the new single we played Friday on KKTC. We've met before and had a good time because it was just like fate. It was meant to be at Country Radio Seminar. Jess Kellie Adams, the new single, Life's a Dance, the cover out there, too, across all the streaming platforms. What's going on, my friend?
Hey, Brandon. It is so good to see you again.
It
doesn't feel like it's been a few months since the last time, we got to hang out. But, man, it's good to see you, be back on the show. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Like I said, it's what we do best. It's always getting contacted by somebody else out there, and somebody reaches out to somebody, and it's always fun to kind of make those connections. And that's the cool thing. We got to meet in person and just see how vibrant you were, how much you love music, and how passionate you are about this beautiful career. Well, tell us about the single first of all, but it's kind of cool that you took a classic out there, 90s country hit that our good friend John Michael Montgomery has made famous out there too for those many years, and really turned it into your own spin, like put your own personal feel to it, the ballad feel. You slowed it down a lot with the arrangement. I love it. Talk about just the work that went into it and why this cover and why now. I love the song.
Oh, well, thank you. I grew up on 90s country. If you ask me, I feel like the 90s was the best decade for country music. It's my favorite. And whenever somebody asks me, Jess, like, how would you describe your music? I say grit with grace country. So it's embracing and realizing all the struggles that we may be going through right now, or, that life just gives us. And looking forward, looking for the light, finding our strengths to get through that hard time. And that's kind of what Life's a Dance is about. It's about being okay with not knowing what's ahead, and whatever comes our way, we just need to take it on and say, this is the journey, and we just got to roll with the punches. But the way that this song came about was my producer, Dean Sams, of Lone Star. He said, Jess, kind of have this arrangement idea for Life's a Dance. I want to share it with you. And after he shared it, I was like, hey, I love this song already. I'm a huge John Michael Montgomery fan. Do you need a singer? And so the rest is history. And I've been asked, was it scary to put such a classic out there, put such a classic out into the world, but completely different than the original way that everybody knows and loves so much? And that never even crossed my mind. I love this arrangement. I feel like it's so beautiful, and it just really fit for me. And so I never had that fear, and I just pray that everybody loves it. Loves the arrangement that we worked hard on.
It really is not just a good, like I said, that feel good 90s kind of flow to it, which you grew up onto. And he's such an iconic singer out there too, and has done so many great shows and live performances and recorded so many, timeless classics in his career. Speaking of John Michael too. And that just, I'll agree with you too, because to me, just that era never often imitated, never duplicated. I don't think we'll ever see anything as powerful as that ever again from 80s to 90s country. I'm looking at someone like a Scotty McCreery. He's got a new album coming out here next week, and this new one called Cab and a Solo, a fantastic song, well written. And it's amazing when you can take a song like a Life's a Dance or something else out there that was probably portrayed for that area, or for that era, I should say, and really put your own spin on it and make it feel something there. Because you're right, Dean Sams, iconic singer for Lone Star, all those great hits back in the day too when they came out. No doubt, it's just amazing to really have that insight, that knowledge, and that feel of what 90s country was all about.
Right, exactly.
And I love that song so much. That's why it's out there too. Well, I tell you what, great segue here to have you play it right now too. We're going to bring in your lead guitar player we met before the show there. Reader's back there with you too, so looking forward to having him play here. Good shot to play the single, right?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Well, I would love for everybody to go listen to the full production on my Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, anywhere you download, stream your music. And I would love to play right now my latest original release. This is called More Than Home. It's just a love letter to my hometown. Is that all right for you?
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Memories, big dreams. I was a little girl wanting more. 2 red lights, 1 stop sign. I was looking for an open door to get out of this town and find my way. Wasn't gonna listen to anyone or anything. Didn't need this place or anybody in it, till I remembered that my first steps happened outside my grandpa's house, baptized in the creek where we swam in the summer. My first kiss was in my high school parking lot. I found love in a broken heart. I was taught to pray at the Church of Christ, cheered for my hometown, blue and gold, every Friday night. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, nothing lives in me more than you. Now I miss the old driving back roads with my friends, bonfires on weekends. I really wanna feel that again. I didn't need this place or anybody in it, till I remembered that my first steps happened outside my grandpa's house, baptized in the creek where we swam in the summer. My first kiss was in my high school parking lot. I found love in a broken heart. I was taught to pray at the Church of Christ, cheered for my hometown, blue and gold, every Friday night. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, nothing lives in me more than you. Oh, I guess I had to go to find my way home, where my first steps happened outside my grandpa's house, baptized in the creek where we swam in the summer. My first kiss was in my high school parking lot. I found love in a broken heart. I was taught to pray at the Church of Christ, cheered for my hometown, blue and gold, every Friday night. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, nothing lives in me more than you, more than home. Nothing lives in me more than home.
Now that's the country song. I'll tell you right now here on the Backstage Pass.
Thank you, Brandon.
Let's
Thank
fly
you.
down the road and let's just hear you sing that and just have me shut up the rest of the show, and we'll just turn it on, just automated radio, put some Jess Kellie Adams on and let it play on KKTC. Get in the truck, start it up, and just, like I said, fly down the road and enjoy music out there at its finest. I love this one, especially you can hear lyrically in the writing. I'm all about that because I always listen to a lot of songs here on the show, but man, you've got some really strong lyrics in it that just make you proud to have put that song out, and I can see why that's near and dear to your heart. Beautiful song.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, when I turned 18 years old, the very first thing I couldn't wait to do was just to leave my hometown and go to Nashville, Tennessee, where I thought that, my wings could just spread out wide and I could just be free. And that's exactly what's happened. I love Nashville so much.
Oh, yeah.
After a few years, though, I realized that my hometown, all the people that, that made me who I am, all the places that made me who I am, it's made me who I am.
It has.
and so it's just, my little love letter to home.
I love it. More Than Home. It's a beautiful, beautiful song out there, too. We probably touched on that a little bit in Nashville while I was there, too. You also did one called Hold On To Me, which was out earlier this year, 2024. Let's recap that one for the audience who may not have heard that particular one, Hold On To Me.
Yeah, Hold On To Me. It's just a power anthem. Whether you're a girl or a guy, it's just knowing what you need to be happy and never settling for anything less. But also, though, it's kind of a reminder, too, of how to treat somebody, how not to treat somebody. Let's just always give respect and kindness and put ourselves in other people's shoes. But it's just a power anthem. Whenever I listen to that song, whenever I sing that song, I just feel like it's very much like a Carrie Underwood, Miranda Lambert country rock song. And the music video, I actually get behind the wheel of a race car.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah, and it's shot at Highland Rims, which is northern Tennessee, somewhere up there. And then I have a love interest. If you're on TikTok, you may have seen him. He's a TikTok influencer. His name is Cam Payne. And Cam and I were actually about to release a duet on set of the Hold On To Me music video. He goes, yeah, I sing, and I'd love to, check out having a music career. And I said, well, let's hear some. And then he sang. I was like, oh my gosh, let's figure something out. So it's been really cool being able to not only work with him on set of a music video shoot, but to work with him in studio too.
I love it, too. Got some audience questions out there. Go across the pond over one of my listeners in beautiful country of England out there, too. David talks about this. He says, which songs do you enjoy singing and playing any instruments? I love that one, too. Any instruments. I like that.
Yeah, so I play guitar. I sing. I don't really play much piano, but I know enough if I'm, having issues, trying to find, notes in a key. I can, pluck around. My favorite songs, I love Patti Loveless. I love Miranda Lambert. I sing Doing This by Luke Combs. And that one, just because of the career choice I took and the message behind that song of just chasing your dreams, being that girl who used to hand out burnt CDs of her songs, hoping that it would get in the right hands. Oh my goodness, or 5 deep in a van, head full of steam, just right on the heels of your neon dreams maybe coming true. It's such powerful lyrics. And so I love singing Doing This by Luke Combs. And then I also do Till You Can't by Cody Johnson. And that's, of course, another powerful one.
Well, I got to get your opinion on a few more topics here, too. Of course, we're going to do a little Christmas. Just never too early for Christmas, I always say. I know it's almost May, but
I love Christmas.
Talk about this
Bring it on.
Talk about one that Jess put out called Under the Mistletoe, which we probably touched on at CRS, but we'll touch on here again, too. And, of course, the countdown for CMA Fest is on June 6th to June 9th, presented by our friends at the CadenGordonShow.com. Today's best country mix, Bangtail Whiskey, and Supcraft Barbecue out of Taos is taking us there, too, this year, which is exciting times to be a part of CMA Fest. If Jess is in town, she'll probably come see us at some point down there, too.
My birthday's June 10th, so let's celebrate.
So we got to celebrate. We celebrate there. I'll be there Monday with nothing on the books right now, so let's have some lunch there, too. And a couple of more timeouts there, too. We're our friends out there, too. If you're looking for jewelry, too, right now, your spouse, friend, family member, look no further. Our friends at Jewelry by Tommy. They've got you covered. Email our friend Tom Burley at burleysystem@yahoo.com today to order. It's handcrafted, handmade. It is Jewelry by Tommy. Also, you see the cap? Yep, Texas country artist Kyle Park. We get to go out there this week. MC the event. Love the show out there. Also presented by our friend over at just a great guy, Jonathan Bond out there, the best in Christian country music. Check him out at jonathanbond.com. And, of course, click that link there. Go right to his music video. We handed out some CDs. Jess had a great time at the Kyle Park show this weekend, too. And, of course, a word from our sponsors who are taking care of us for CMA Fest. More with Jess Kellie Adams, KKTC, True Country 99.9, and, of course, out there, HighTideCountry.net. And, of course, always out there, the Sports Guys Podcast.com. More with Jess Kellie Adams. It is the Backstage Pass. Stay tuned.
The Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix, is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555@me.com.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass.
The Bangtail Pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
And back here on the show, presented by our friends at Supcraft Barbecue in Taos, some home of some of the best barbecue you're going to find out there too, and even it got a little Texas feel to it. Love it out there. Some good barbecue, and thanks to all our sponsors making it possible out there for CMA Fest 2024. Back here with Jess Kellie Adams on the show, the new single "Life's a Dance," which is across all those streaming platforms. I'm going to go back. I always said Christmas is never too early, so time to go under the mistletoe. A little bit there
ready.
too. When
I keep telling Mom, let's put up the Christmas decor. Let's go.
Well, I love this song. Your arrangement was fantastic too, and just what it take, just a Christmas feel. Have fun with this, and kind of make it your own.
Yeah, I mean, I always wondered what my very first Christmas song would ever be, or is it going to be just a song, or will it actually be like a full Christmas album? And I had no plans of releasing a Christmas song until, somebody said, like, Jess, you should really, think about it. So I went to my producer, Dean. I'm like, hey, do you think we can get this done? Because it's already September, and most people start planning in, July, August.
Yeah.
And so we recorded the song, and we shot the music video in, 2 weeks, all in, a 2-week span in September, and we got it done. And so Dean Sams, he said, well, me and Michael Britt, we had written this Christmas song. It was, we wrote it for Lone Star, but Lone Star never cut it. He was like, he said, well, let me send it to you. And he sent it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is rocking. It's fun. It's it's everything I would want my Christmas song to be. And I've just had such a blast.
No, it's a great arrangement, no doubt, too. And I got to ask you about one that I thought was a fun one you guys put out last year called The Baggage. Let's talk about this one, because first of all, the title was just it's out of nowhere.
What is she going to say here?
Yeah, if you understand what the song is about, too. But it's just also, too, you put another great spin, and whoever you wrote this with, if this was a co-write or a single write,
Dean,
this is fantastic. Dean, this is just amazing to lean on a guy like that who's got so many years experience in the business to be able to write this with. Crazy.
Yeah, and The Baggage was our very first write together.
Wow.
And I had never been in a write where they say, okay, go up to the mic, put the headphones on, and And I'm like, oh my gosh, I was so nervous. But no, it was such a great experience. And this is actually one of my favorite songs that I've released thus far.
Yeah.
And just talks about loving each other unconditionally. And I feel it's a message that I've been called to hopefully share with everybody that is willing to listen. And yeah, we all got problems, a few bad habits. I'm gonna love you, the good with the baggage. And I'm always so proud to sing it during my shows.
Well, I can't wait to get out to a Jess Kellie Adams show and hear her perform.
You
that
gotta
song at some
come.
point. I got to get out there too, because we're making a lot more trips to Nashville now, at least 2 or 3 times a year too. So definitely that'll be fun. And that's the cool thing. Like I said, it's the home now. You love it. And like I said, CRS is always an annual event for us. So anytime you're in town, we'll have to sign up to come see you play out there too at some of the stages and that kind of thing. And if you're partaking in CMA Fest, count me in to come see you at some stage or some place out there, whatever venue, because I'd love to come see you. Please do out there too. I'll tell you what, one more performance. We'll do some rapid fire, have some fun. Still a few more songs to talk about again. Life's a Dance across all the platforms out there. Current single, the great hit from John Michael Montgomery, the 90s. She put her own spin on it. Jess Kellie Adams across all streaming platforms.
So I'm going to share an unreleased song.
There we go.
I haven't put this one out. I've played it at shows, but that's it. And it's just a really fun summer song. It's called This Water.
Here we go.
A summer floating out here on the water. Is it just me or is it getting hotter? Maybe it's your blue eyes looking right into mine. So fine, feels like jumping, taking that leap on a rope swing. It might not be a good thing, but everything about this feels so right. This water's so deep, 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 but I'm diving right in and I'm going under with both feet. I don't want to hold on any longer. I might never come up for air. Call me crazy, hey, I don't care. I'll either sink or swim, but I'm all in this water so deep. Woo! Oh, it's a good day, feeling all the feels coming our way. If you wanna move closer, it's okay. Baby, don't wait. Let's get a little over our heads. I bet this water's so deep, 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 but I'm down to ride in and I'm going under with both feet. I don't wanna hold on any longer. I might never come up for air. Call me crazy, hey, I don't care. I'll either sink or swim, but I'm all in this water so deep. Hey, hey. Not saying it's love, but there's a chance, so I am gonna take it. Don't throw me no line, I don't need no saving. This water's so deep, 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 but I'm down to ride in and I'm going under with both feet. I don't wanna hold on any longer. I might never come up for air. Call me crazy, hey, I don't care. I'll either sink or swim, but I'm all in this water so deep. Baby, I'm all in, I'm gonna sink or swim in this water so deep.
Yeah, it's Jess Kellie Adams here, the Backstage Pass. Always good stuff right there. Unreleased. See the exclusive stuff you get here
Right.
on the Backstage Pass. It takes you on a ride with that one too. Beautiful writing on that one too as well. Lyrically delivered very well. Just love. You got a lot of soul in your voice too. You got a lot of that just good soul, that old school. You're well mature, and I think I said this after we finished it. Well mature beyond your age. You got those
Thanks.
spread
Whenever
the wings
we go
and
in
fly.
the studio, Dean tells the musicians, think Bonnie Raitt goes country. And I'm always like, don't say that, because when I get in that vocal booth, I have to live up to that.
Bonnie Raitt goes country right there too. I was going to say, a little bit of Leanne Womack in there too. When you put a little bit of that soul to it, there's something there too. And I'm just throwing a compliment out there too, because I listen to a lot of.
No, that's a huge compliment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, like I said, she's a legend in the business too, no doubt. I love the ones that we put home in there too, because she like there's this home kind of feel to it, because you're always paying tribute to the hometown and, like I said, chasing your dreams and getting there. But let's talk about Homemade, because that was one of my favorite ones that you guys got to release last year too as well. Talk about this one.
Yeah, well, so Homemade, it's, when we first got into the the direction of the song was kind of going more into more like a more than home. And but I just knew for Homemade, it had to be just really relatable in the fact that, we might have horrible struggles growing up. We might have a rough childhood, or maybe right now we're just going through hard times. But it's so important to see those hard times as a blessing in disguise, and just so we can find our own strength and just keep pushing forward through that fire. And that's what Homemade's about. It's about saying, hey, man, this was kind of ugly during this time, but it has made me who I am. And I am so proud of my past, no matter what it is. I'm proud of it and how much I have grown from it. And that's Homemade.
I love it too. And like I said, you'll always remember that, because one way or the other, God made us that way, to love our hometown, or I guess either hate it too at the same time. But most people love where they're from and be able to tell those authentic, unique stories out there. Let's back up a little.
If you don't like where you're from, just look back and say, I have come so far.
Yeah. Or change it and move somewhere else, right?
Exactly.
As far as alternatives go too. We're going to take a time out here too. We're going to come back and talk about another one I love from Jess Kellie Adams called Thinking Out Loud, which is across all the streaming platforms out there too in 2022. And of course, I want to thank our sponsors real quick. CMA Fest is coming up with a matter of 5-6 weeks out, something like that now too as well. We'll come back and talk about them here on the show too. Our friends at the CadenGordonShow.com, today's best country mix. And of course out there too, Ladies CLC's travel agency, and our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. But hey, if you want to buy me some jewelry, or Jess out there too, Jess loves a little bling out there too as well.
Jewelry.
Get it at our friends at Jewelry by Tommy, your spouse, friend, family member, or your favorite artist. Go ahead and send it to them too at the door. They're not going to turn it down out there too. Tom Burley System at yahoo.com today to order. It's handcrafted, handmade. It's Jewelry by Tommy. Also a lot of fun this past weekend, passing out a lot of good CDs and spreading some positive, uplifting messages. We can never get enough of that. Country Christian music. Check him out, jonathanbond.com. Click the link below there. Grammy-nominated recording artist out there, Jonathan Bond. Always does some great work out there. Word from other sponsors. Final segment with Jess Kellie Adams at hightidecountry.net and our friends at KKTC True Country 99.9. Spreading a lot of good positive messages today, and Life's a Dance across all those platforms. Coming right back, more with Jess Kellie Adams. Stay tuned.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555 at me.com.
The Caden Gordon Show. Today's Best Country Mix is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
And thanks to Caden and the sponsors, CRS. I was going to say CRS too. They made that possible. And now CMA Fest coming up here in June 6th to the 9th. We'll be backstage at the Grand Ole Opry Sunday, June 9th for Sunday Morning Country. A great event there too, doing some great interviews there. Myself, Elise Saunders, and a whole host of others. Caden will be there. And of course, a lot of things coming up. Friday, June 7th, an event 6 to 10 at Teddy's downtown with our friends at Nashville Universe. So a busy week coming up there at CMA Fest, June 6th to 9th, 2024 in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. You know, Jess, I finally get to go to Nissan Stadium and actually taking a show there on Saturday night just to enjoy that too. So it's going to be a lot of work, but a lot of fun at the same time.
Wow. Yeah. And a show at Nissan Stadium, it's magical. So
that's what I'm looking forward to.
I can't wait to hear what you think afterwards.
Be a lot of fun out there too. CMA Fest 2024, Fanfare X, the Ascent Amphitheater. Get your tickets now, cmafest.com. And of course, out there too, just a lot of cool things. All the stages, all the great artists. Check out the lineup there. Again, cmafest.com too. Pleased to be, because I feel like you get in the big leagues a little bit, Jess, when you get to cover that event. It just adds another feather in your cap from a radio show standpoint. So it's kind of like, you know what? We're changing the landscape here in 2024.
I am very excited for you. Before we, went on air, I said to you, just how cool it is to watch all that you're doing and to follow you on socials. So I love seeing good people kick butt. So keep kicking butt because I enjoy watching.
Well, there could be some more good news up the pipeline that you know about too as well that I'll have more to share over the next few weeks on that too as well. Yeah, picking up by a few radio stations here and there, and a lot of cool things we'll be spreading as soon as we get some final words on them. Hey, let's talk about this. Let's think out loud. No pun intended, but let's talk about this song because a little bit just showed your uniqueness, your creativity in this one, and a lot of it was meant for you to have fun with this one. Thinking out loud. This had to be very personal to you and near and dear to your heart too.
Yeah, it's so funny you bring up Thinking Out Loud because I released that in 2022, and I haven't thought about that song for a hot minute. Thinking Out Loud, that was before Dean, and oh gosh, I was so proud of this one. I would listen to it for hours and hours. Just like drive, Mom and I, we love taking road trips, whether we were on our way to a show or just going somewhere just to go. I would love playing this song. I wrote it with Kelsey Kulik. I don't know if you know Kelsey or not.
I do. Yeah, we've met before. Yep.
She is also killing it, and we've been friends for 8+ years.
Wow.
And she's another one I just love seeing her journey just go and take off and all the cool things that she's gotten to do. But yeah, Thinking Out Loud, that's a song about just putting yourself out there. Again, you don't know what the outcome is going to be, but it's about this guy that you're kind of into, and you're like, hey, this is how I'm feeling, just thinking out loud here. Do you feel the same?
She's feeling it too. Love Kelsey. Hadn't caught up with her in a while, but I've monitored a lot of the things she's gotten to do out there too, and just her journey has been fantastic. Like you said, a lot of the things that she's gotten to partake into. All right, we'll have a little fun with this one too, but I got to ask you about this because, you're kind of right there. You see this movement. Kelsey's right there too with Megan Maroney and, of course, Lainey on a hot streak right now. Seems like whatever Lainey touches turns to gold right now.
Yes.
And just so many things. We talked about this probably before. Ashley McBride, Carly Pierce, Ashley Cook blowing up out there too, Hannah Ellis. This female girl power movement, whatever you want to call it, Jess, I think this is long overdue for females in country.
You and me both. I was just telling somebody earlier today how amazing it is and how inspiring it is for me to see these women just break barriers and really take over the country music scene from, where I'm sitting. And like you're saying, Lainey Wilson, Megan Maroney, everything they touch, it's gold. And I'm so happy to see that. I love seeing talented, great women get recognition, and again, it tells me that I have a shot too, and it inspires me to just keep plugging away.
Well, you definitely, Bonnie Ray meets country. That's the slogan I'm giving her now too. Like Dean said, we're giving her that slogan. I'm gonna kind of CC that too. Give Dean all the credits there too on that one too, because
that's all Dean
coined that phrase. And so I think there's more than a great shot to do some of the things that those current ladies are doing right now, especially with the Academy of Country Music Awards coming up here in May, and of course CMA Fest, and that leads to the CMA Awards in November of this year, which now we get to vote on, being a CMA member
That's
now with the
right.
Backstage
Go
Pass.
vote.
We get to vote on the categories. So it's a cool thing there now, too. All right, let's have a little fun. Shows you've gotten to binge watch lately. What are you getting into?
Ooh, I was just telling, this is Zach Reeder. I don't know if I've introduced him yet. He's my guitar player, band lead. He's my go-to guy for almost anything I have no idea about. But I was just telling him, there's a show on Hulu. It is called 911.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it. Yes, and it's good, too. It's good.
It is, like, I am just now coming aware of this show. I feel like it's been out for a really long time because they talk about MySpace.
Yeah. Wow, that's old. That's ancient.
So I'm like, I don't know if I've been living under a rock. Does everybody know about this show? But and I'm so happy there's like 8 seasons. So
yes,
that's what I've been watching. It's been good. And I can't wait for the new Golden Girls to come out.
Ooh.
Have you seen that?
I've not. I've got to check that out. I have to. That was one of the shows growing up. I always would watch grandma and just having fun with it. And parents loved it too at the same time. And just one of those classic ones you can sit back and laugh at too, you know?
Yeah. And it's Lisa Kudrow from Friends.
Okay.
It's Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, and then there's one other actress. I can't remember her name, but
is that coming out? Is that a Hulu Netflix thing, or is that going to be?
I think it's Hulu.
It's Hulu. Okay,
I think it's Hulu, and it comes out in August, and I am just so pumped. I
cannot wait for that too to come out too, which is great. All right, we have our lunch. I finally got my Hattie B's on when I was there, the one on Broadway, the original.
Oh,
so
yes.
Was
what
good.
Level of spice did you go for?
I went to mild, man. I skipped all the stuff there, but I went to mild. So it was like, no. I'm sorry. No, I went to medium. I actually went up to medium.
I told you to make sure you do medium.
You did. Yes, and I'm thinking mild because but no, it was like the perfect flavor. Somebody told me they were telling me the other day, a couple days ago, like just scale back. And I'm like, how do I do that once you've hit the medium? Because you told me to do that.
Yeah.
So can we try the Prince's hot chicken for that? When I get there, is that something?
We can try it. Let's try it. I'm down to try. I'll try anything. Just make sure we have some ice cream on hand, because it gets.
What's the ice cream place they told us to try there? I'm trying to remember the name of it too. One of the best ice creams you can get there too, which is homemade. It's
Is it Jenny's?
It's Jenny's. It is Jenny's. Yeah. So we got to. So June 10th is your birthday, so I will mark it on my calendar, and we need to go have some lunch and some ice cream in whatever form or fashion we do that. Ice cream before lunch or lunch before.
I don't care. Either or. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off the air. We'll definitely make that happen too, because I'll be in town from the 6th to the 11th. Or actually late the 5th, the 6th to the 11th, having fun. CMA Fest 2024 is going to be a lot of fun out there too. And you're always a lot of fun here to catch up with here on the show. Life's a Dance, the cover song across all the digital streaming platforms out there too. The cover from John Michael Montgomery for Jess Kellie Adams out there. Life's a Dance. And give her a follow across all the social media out there. Always appreciate you joining us here on this very platform. Always great to showcase you and your music, and one of the rising artists in country music. Make sure you guys go check her out. Jess Kellie Adams across all these streaming platforms out there, and download some great music. Thanks for coming on. Looking forward to seeing you here in a few weeks.
Hey, same. Thank you, Brandon, so much.
You got it. Jess Kellie Adams across all the streaming platforms out there. Make sure you go download the music and check her out there across all the social media too. We're back. We're not done. It's going to be a busy week. Cindy Thompson coming up today too as well. Has got some beautiful music out there too. She sang on the Grand Ole Opry before. She's coming up next. And tomorrow, some great shows coming up as an artist named 20 is going to join us too. 20 is killing it out there too in the female category too. George Dukas comes by tomorrow about 3:15 here on the Backstage Pass. He's got that Bakersfield, Dwight Yoakam feel to him. And we'll talk about his latest single across all those streaming platforms as well. And we'll see you guys here in a few weeks with Doug Gray of the Marshall Tucker Band. He'll stop by. And Jess is going to love this. The legend Pam Tillis right here on the Backstage Pass here in a few weeks. She's been on. Been a couple of years since we caught up with her, but it'll be her second appearance here on the Backstage Pass in conjunction with her show. I believe it's the Glitz and Glamour Tour, but I know it's May 31st at the Golden Nugget in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Pam Tillis and Lori Morgan performing at the Golden Nugget in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Pam will be here to come by and talk about it here on KKTC, True Country 99.9, and our friends at HighTideCountry.net. Jess, thanks so much. We'll see you there in Nashville in a few weeks.
That sounds good. And hey, Brandon, I just feel like you're one of those people for me that's like, I feel like I've known you forever. And like, I'm just grateful for that. I always enjoy coming on your show. So thank you for that. And just thank you for being so awesome.
You got it. Love having you, my friend. Love having you too. See, it's the same thing. When you have the same publicist, it always happens the right way. We just know people. We know people who know people. And we pick the great people to work with. So it's fate that would bring us together.
If you work with Sherry, then I know we're good.
We're good. No doubt. We know where to find each other out there too. If we need to get hold of each each other. We're back here in a little bit on the Backstage Pass, powered by the Sports Guys podcast.com and our friends at HighTideCountry.net and KKTC True Country 99.9. Tune in tonight via the LMNOC streaming app. We're there 6 to 7 o'clock in prime time, 7 days a week on KKTC. You can stream us, and of course in your car, 99.9 on KKTC. We'll see you soon. Take care. Back with Cindy Thompson in a flash. Stay tuned.